Principle A2 of the Regulatory Standards Act says,
sorry, David, that was just the first one. We've got more to double check you on.
quote, the law should not adversely affect rights and liberties or impose obligations retrospectively. Do you accept that by scrapping pay equity, when claims were in process, was by definition retrospective?
No, I don't, because people had made applications, but they hadn't had them awarded. If somebody had made an application and then lost what had been awarded, yeah, that would be different. But frankly,
we can stop anywhere you want, Tanya.
This one really pissed me off because what he's saying, it pissed me off for two reasons. The first one is he's saying, well, okay, you only had your applications for pay equity and you hadn't actually been awarded them yet, therefore we can still take them off you, and, you know, no harm, no foul, which in itself is just completely rubbish in terms of his argument about we're not taking people's rights away. You absolutely were taking people's rights away. You were taking away their right to a fair process based on the law as it was. And then you just decided to yank it out from under them with no consultation at all, which is why you pissed off half the population of New Zealand in the process. But that is not what pissed me off the most about that answer. What pissed me off the most about that answer is that they did this exact thing. He's talking about, oh, we would never take away people's rights once they'd actually been granted. Hello, MACA Act. Hello.
Yeah.
There were a number of MACA applications that had already been heard, already had decisions made, orders were made, and the law has been applied retrospectively. And those orders have to go and be reheard, wasting millions and millions of dollars of taxpayer money under the new law. So you've literally got claimants who were awarded, they'd had their cases, like this took years and years worth of work, millions of dollars of taxpayers' money in the High Court to run these cases, and they're now being all wiped and they all have to go back to court again and go through this process again. So when he makes this argument to say we're not taking away people's rights that have already been granted, it's an absolute lie, and I wish that Jack had pulled him up on it, but he didn't. And I was like, oh, you could have nailed him there, Jack, but anyway.
All right, let's go.
The other point I'd make about this is that in the case of the pay equity, this was a frankly crazy structure that had been put in place to try and construct what people's wages should be.
But it's not whether or not you think the changes had merit. It's whether or not the changes that you introduced with zero consultation met the own standards that you've defined as the principles of good lawmaking with this Act.
Well, I answered that. We didn't take away anything that somebody
Did you
had.
consult?
Well, that's not the point.